You know what? I said earlier that I wasn't even going to give this guy a review here, but I figured, you know, since it's called Godzilla, I might as well take a gander at it. And it's not so bad as what you might think. Yes, this is, of course, the infamous American Godzilla made in 1998, and that everybody hates, because it doesn't actually contain Godzilla. It contains some sort of mutated iguana that was mistakenly labeled Godzilla. In the movie GMK, all monsters, all monsters all out attack, or something like that. Giant monsters all out attack. That's what it was. This Godzilla was actually referenced as being. They said that a monster had attacked New York City, and they thought it was Godzilla, but it really wasn't. So that kind of wrapped that up. And then he actually even made an appearance in Godzilla Final Wars, and was like, had his ass kicked in just a few seconds by the real Godzilla. So that really wrapped things up. However, I'm addressing this particular movie, and yeah, it's not really Godzilla. That's obvious. But I think I need to move on from that. Personally, I believe it's a very good monster movie. But like I've said before, it's a very, very bad Godzilla movie. As a matter of fact, I don't consider it a Godzilla movie. I consider it maybe just a monster movie in general. And when you think of it as just as a monster movie in general, and not a Godzilla movie, like pretend it had a different name, then it seems a little better. And I think it would have got better reception if it had been presented as an original monster movie. You know, maybe, of course, given a different roar and stuff like that, because, you know, it still has Godzilla's roar. Slightly augmented, of course, but obviously still Godzilla. Or maybe, as Cinemassacre had suggested, and I had thought of earlier, which was maybe like a remake of The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, because that's what it almost reminds me of. You know, because that monster was so generic. You know, it just looked like a big lizard, you know, a Radosaurus, that it could be augmented enough to look like, you know, this particular version of Godzilla, or Zilla as it should be called. And I would have accepted that. You know, if I think of it as, you know, a remake of Beast from 20,000 Fathoms instead of a remake of Godzilla, then I like it more, because that's what it reminds me of. And if it was called Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, then I think it would have done pretty damn good, because that's what it reminds me of, and much more than it does Godzilla. And the Radosaurus wasn't, you know, invincible like Godzilla is. But this Godzilla, you know, isn't invincible, which just kills it for me. But I'm doing this particular review by itself because I don't consider it, of course, to be compatible with the rest of the Godzilla lot. So it gets his own review aside from the Godzilla reviews. So, shame on you. Shame on you, people who made it. I think his name was Emmerich. I've been trying to forget. So, yeah. That's really all I have to say about this one. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna do Millennium series next.